everyone, GamerJlee here, and today is a very sad day in the Halo community, but a day that we knew would eventually come sooner or later. But it's official, the online services of every Halo Xbox 360 game will be shutting down as of December 2021. That includes Halo 3, Halo Wars, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, Halo CE Anniversary, Halo 4, and Halo Spartan Assault, which I actually had no clue had a big online service, but I guess it does have leaderboards, so that is a thing. It will be shutting down as of December of next year. This is the chart of a number of different services that will either be affected, not affected, or the support will vary. You can look through this yourself and see what you might be worried about. It looks like it's still going to be a playable game. It just means that you won't be able to do matchmaking, file sharing. Some games will lose their service records, challenges will be gone, and for some reason Halo Reaches and Halo 4's player customization will be affected by this. That's really concerning to me, where other games won't be affected whatsoever. So that's an interesting thing, but we eventually knew that this day would come. It was something that we had talked about for years and years in the Halo community, all the way back to 2010 when Halo 2 had its servers shut down abruptly and people stayed on for days upon days trying to enjoy their last minutes of Halo 2 online on the old Xbox servers, and it was great. It was great. Now, this is only affecting Halo games, but I have a feeling in the back of my head that other Xbox 360 titles will be soon to follow. They're trying to push out a lot of these games, and they're trying to also get you to switch over to the MCC since they are putting a lot of their focus on that. But it's really hard for me to want to give any attention to the MCC or want to move on to that game when the truth is that they take the game that we all know and love and they keep twisting it and changing it and adding things that don't make sense, like changing the undersuits of the Halo 3 Spartans to make it their own.
343 has changed the default undersuit for the Spartans in Halo 3. The undersuit is no longer the same undersuit from OG Halo 3 and the same undersuit that we've had in MCC this whole time.
Now, they have said, like I mentioned in my video, that there might be a toggle that will change all this, but it doesn't seem like the undersuits are going to be going back to normal, and that's the reason why we love these games. These are the pristine original versions of those games that we all know and love. And now it seems like we're losing those, at least in some sense. We're losing the chance to play them online with our friends and get those original moments that we used to have. Now, again, we do have one whole year before they shut down. We have a whole year from today all the way until December 18th, 2021. It really is impacting me in ways that I didn't think would. I mean, I remember the day that I was in middle school and I had just signed up for football. I was doing football practice and my dad brought me home and my ribs were sore than hell. And when we came home, on the table of the dining room was the limited edition Halo 3 Xbox 360 along with the 2 limited edition Halo 3 Xbox 360 controllers and a copy of Gears of War, the original game. I had never been more excited in my life. This was something I had been telling my dad I wanted to upgrade to for months. And so we went upstairs, I hooked it all up. Me and my dad sat down and we played split screen co-op of Gears of War. And I just remember achievements popping up. I remember the blade system, the beautiful blade system back in the day of the dashboard. And I just remember it being such a great time to be a player, and like this was impactful because the 360 was literally the next generation. It was something that was really impactful in a memory that I'll always have of me and my dad sitting there for hours on end playing Gears of War together and having this beautiful console in front of me. Like, it had the beautiful Master Chief green armor around it. It had the shiny, beautiful Halo 3 edition hard drive. It was awesome. That's putting it very minimally. It was awesome. And it's a memory that will be ingrained in my head for a very long time. And after that, the night before the launch of Halo 3 on the 360, me and my dad actually went to a local tournament that was down in Kelso, Washington. And I had a blast. I mean, it was nothing special. It was just a bunch of big screen TVs in a circle and then people competing in different brackets. And it was just a small little tournament, but it was a memory that I'll always keep of me and my dad. And then you've got the friendships I made on these games. When Halo 3 ODST came out, I was in weight training class because I was still in football. I believe it was my sophomore year when I met Matt, Insane Matt, the gentleman that has been a part of this channel for a very long time. Me and him met in weight training, and I was on the far bench because I was part of the football team. We were all, working together. And then on the bench next to us was a bunch of juniors. I was talking about Halo 3 ODST and how I couldn't wait to get home and play the game. And then the guy next to me on the other bench was like, "Oh, you're playing Halo 3 ODST as well?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna play when I get home." He's like, "Hey, what's your Xbox Live gamer tag?" I'm like, "GamerJlee," I think it was 147 or 145 at the time, or was I on MLG GamerJlee? It was one of those names. I was such a fucking tool back then. I honestly had a bunch of dumb gamer tags. This is where I made some of the most solid connections. And as you can see, 10 years later, 11 years later, actually, me and Matt are still very close friends. He's like a brother to me. I'm so thankful for that friendship. And then another one that came a year later after ODST was in Halo Reach. I ran into a gentleman named Ender. And I was like, it really sucks that no one uses mics in this game, and that you're the first guy I've met who's actually using mics. It's like, oh, well, I have a whole clan of people that use mics and are really friendly and, cool to hang around. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Well, my clan disbanded after Halo 3. Do you mind if I join you or whatnot? And he's like, sure. So I go and I meet a bunch of his buddies. I met his wife, and then I met another one of my good friends and someone who I've had a 10-year relationship with, and that's QuakeMan224, who on Xbox still to this day goes by Ender Quake. We met, we started hanging out, we started playing together, we did other games together, we played Resident Evil 5 together. He's a true friend. He's someone who you definitely are going to get close to and be happy that you did. And for me, I had so many new experiences because I had made this friend through a game that I cherished, which was Halo. There's so many people I've met through Halo. Some of them left, some of them we aren't talking anymore, but there's still a lot of them that I hold near and dear. And that's basically kind of the story of me and Shane and me and Matt. And it really makes you think. You don't have those experiences anymore with Halo. With the current Halo titles, you don't have those experiences of meeting new people that you're gonna hold those friendships for years and years and years like you did back in the day. That was the important thing to me, is that I wished the community was strong enough that we could build those kind of friendships, but now it's just so toxic and self-destructive that you're never gonna see that kind of experience ever again. There are a lot of people think of Halo and they think of a very toxic community. I mean, I talk to a lot of people that used to love Halo and now they won't even touch it with a 30-foot pole because the community is at each other's throats, whether that's over armor or art style or lore or something else. We can't get along long enough that people actually want to be a part of this community. Every day, every month, I see more and more people decide that they're done. They're done with the community. Or in Favin's case, or Faven, one of my other good friends who I made through the Halo community, they're done in general. After he finishes his next few videos, he's retiring from YouTube. He's retiring from the Halo community, and I don't blame him. He's been a part of this community for quite some time. His sprint video has impacted a lot of people, and honestly, I have a lot of respect for the guy. And I know he's going to go on to have a very successful life. He's got a beautiful wife, beautiful son. He's got plans. He's got things. And that's something I want people to remember, is that there are things beyond this internet of YouTube and Twitch, and there are other opportunities. It's sad to see a game franchise that I used to love so much dwindle to the point that whenever I heard that they were shutting down the online services, I was more upset about that than anything. The MCC, it's tainted by the impacts made by 343 Industries. And now they're shutting down the services of this franchise's greatest successes. Over this next year, I'm going to be trying to go back, achieve every achievement that I possibly can, and hell, maybe build some new experiences with some old friends. But those are just some of my stories, and honestly, I cherish those stories, and I'm going to hold those near and dear. What I want to say to you guys is that you've got 1 year to go back and enjoy these games to their full extent before they're gone forever. At least the online portions will be. And what I'm hoping is that people will go back and give these games the time that they deserve. Go and try and play some matchmaking. Even though it could be a buggy mess, go try and play some matchmaking. Go try and do some co-op with your friends. Go try and do some achievements, have some fun, because honestly, these are the games that built a lot of memories for a lot of us in this community. And if you guys could do me a favor, I would love to hear your guys' experiences with these games. Any of them, even if it's Halo 4, I want to hear your experiences down in the comment section down below. Write it up and I'll try to respond to as many as possible, whether that's me giving you a response or me giving you a heart on a comment. I want to hear your responses. I appreciate you watching this video. I appreciate you guys supporting me. And again, like I said, guys, I want to hear your stories because I can never get enough of them. I love hearing about these moments, and I hope my stories have impacted you in some way or maybe brought a smile to your face, because I have a feeling reading those comments are going to bring a smile to mine. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, GamerJlee signing out. Frag